Guys, our green beans are about 3.5 weeks old and they are about to start blossoming, and we are so excited about that. They're going to need to get a little bit of support though, so they will need to get some trellises in. And if you look closely, you'll see that they're coming up very nicely. These don't climb a lot, but they'll still need to get some support. We're also going to tidy up the bed a little bit, the salvia that's growing right next to it. So come along with us and see what we do, because trellises have gotten quite expensive these days. Even the smallest of ones, when you check your garden center, you can see how much they're costing. So we're going to go ahead and make a few of our own. My name is Marlene. Welcome, welcome. Let's go ahead and take a look. So the first thing that I did was to go in and clear out the salvia, because as you can see, it really is spreading over them. And plants need air around them, free flow to minimize the risk of pest and fungus infections and things like that. So we're going to go in and take all of those out. Well, not a lot, but just to clear it off a little bit so the plant can breathe more easily. We just want it to be in the healthiest shape possible. So I'm just going in here with my sharp pruners and just trimming the salvia out. And I think it looks so much better. We can actually see the ground. We can see soil, guys. That is great. So now I'm ready to move on to the next step. So we went over to Home Depot to see what they had. And I went past the beautiful flowers and went right over to these rods right here. And they have like packs of 4 of them and, different heights. The one that we want is the one that is 4 feet, because, we want it to be high enough for our beans. And we'll use it for future things as well that may grow a little bit taller up. And they last for a pretty long time. They're plastic outside and they have that grip on them, so it's going to hold up really well. Next thing was to go ahead and get the mesh that we were needing. And they did have some chicken wire in their places. We'll have those, and they look nice enough, for your backyard garden. The longer area you're doing, then the more you'll need, of course. And so you can always cut them, which is what we're going to do. But you'll see that further down in the video when we make our choice and we go in and, get different ones from just one roll. They also had these as well, which is what we prefer, what we're going to get, but not this much. You can see how much that was going for, and we don't need, that whole length of it. But of course, if you have a large area, it makes sense to get the bigger one. And it feels fairly sturdy, and it's metal, so it's going to hold it for a long time. Next we did was to go over to Lowe's to see if they had any smaller sizes, and this is what they have over here. So we were quite happy to see this. And this is not sponsored. We're just showing you what's available out there. You can see it's a 27, so that's a lot less. And just to show you a close-up of what it looks like here. So we were quite happy to get that. If you get finer ones like these, because we're putting the little poles through them, might not be the best option unless you're going to use tie wraps to put them on, which we'll talk about in a minute. Now, what I like about doing your own trellis is that you can use containers of different sizes, and you can make it to whatever size you want. So it's going to fit in there. So you have like vining plants, your vegetables that, are climbers. Then you can plant them in there if you don't have like raised beds or flower beds or anything. So anyone can make their own DIY trellis and fit the different containers that they have. So just to show you a close-up, this is what it looks like right here, and that's our rods that we have down there. And my husband is going to be the one to go ahead and put this together, but it's very simple, guys. Anyone can do it. You'll need to have your pliers. We're just showing you different types that we have, but you'll just need to have one that's going to go through and cut the wires individually for you. And the good thing to do is to rest maybe like a heavy pot on one end and one on the other, so that way it doesn't bounce and you can go in and make your clean cuts without any disturbance from it. So that's what he's doing right here, just gently rolling it out. And then he just went in with the pliers and snipped each layer individually as close to the straight piece as possible, because you don't want to have anything sticking out which might scratch you or scratch someone. So he just went in and just clipped them out one by one, and he just went right down the line. We have a little visitor there, but that's okay. Part of the process, I guess. So he's just showing you that he cuts, another one all the way down. And just to show you, it's going to line out the rods along to show you how it looks. And guys, you can go horizontal. You don't have to go vertical if you want to, like my friend Sharon, she does that for her yard-long beans. You just go in and pull them off. And in this video that we did before, we had a really nice harvest from her yard. So we're going to go ahead and link that in the description box if you wanted to take a look at that after this video. It's so inspiring. And if you're growing things that are heavier, like squashes and so on, you have options to get something sturdy. But we'll talk about it a little bit further in the video. And I just wanted to pause for a moment to invite you to subscribe to our channel if you have never done so before. We do lots of gardening topics where we do like DIY, we show you what's at the garden centers, and we also go over common mistakes that we and others have learned from so that you have an easier garden experience. And if you haven't heard from us for a while, be sure to stop by because we do weekly uploads. And tapping the bell twice definitely helps you to get notified. So this is the next step of the process, guys. He wants to have those poles sliding smoothly, so he's just using his thumb with the gloves on and just pushing in the opposite direction. One to the back, one to the front. So you kind of have a little bit of a groove inside there where you can slide the poles in, which you'll see in just a moment. And they're easily adjustable, so if it even gets bent out of shape a little bit, you can snap it right back in place and it will be perfectly fine for you. So you're just going to go and feed these in. You can see how easy it was for him to just feed that right along there. It just went in because, it was already put together that way. Just holding it up here to show you how he did it. And then he's doing the other side for the next one. And if you have a lot of trellises to do in your garden, it is such an inexpensive option because the cost is covered very quickly after you just do just a few of them from what you're doing there. We went maybe like about 3 feet across. And right here, you can use tie wraps. Let's say you didn't want to, weave it in and out like we did. You can always use tie wraps and just tie wrap it onto the, to the wire, to the mesh, and then just snip off the end of them. And it looks really neat and nice. So now it's time for us to place them. I'm placing it in right here. And honestly, guys, I really should have done this when they're a little bit smaller inside, maybe like after the first 5 leaves or so appeared. But we've had so much going on, so I'm just glad I was able to do it. And it just meant for me to be a little bit more careful when I was sliding it in there. So it's been placed and just a lesson for us. So let's take a look now and see how they're looking so far. So you can see that they're in place and they're offering support more so to the ones at the back than the front because they tend to lean forward, like I was saying, and reaching for the light and stretching and all of that. So this is going to help them when they start to produce all of those, beans. And the more support they have is the more they will want to produce. The front ones can even lean over a little bit on the raised bed edge that's right there. And this one needs to be done. That's the next one that will need to get done. Now, what happened, guys, is that the very next day we went down there, there were some insect bites on there, and I don't even know where they came from. I did some companion planting with those scallions and put them in there and sprayed it with some garlic water. And guys, it worked so well. So this is them 3 days after. If you look here, you see like a little baby bean coming out there, that they're coming up and they're doing so well. Then we got the third one in over here. So we are pretty much good to go. We still have wire left back that we can use for another time or another area. And I think the Rose of Sharon says, yes, they are looking great. We've passed the test. So let's say you're growing heavier vegetables, like squashes, cucumbers, anything that needs a lot of support. You can use a wire gauge measure that's a little bit, thicker. And you can also use like these posts that they have right here, just to show you how much they're costing and based on the size that you have. So you need to, hammer those down in the ground and attach your mesh onto it, and then you can attach it in different ways. There are hooks on them, or you can even use tie wraps, whatever works best for you. So you want to see that you have different options depending on how heavy the fruit or vegetable is going to be that you're growing on your trellis. You can see how that one is looking there, just to show you have different heights depending on how high you're wanting to go with them. So it's pretty straightforward, pretty easy. We pretty much did that in about an hour or so. So you can just take one cool afternoon and just get that done. and your plants will be very, very happy that you did that. Let me go ahead and just show you how we're looking over here. Over here, this is our cosmos, and just planted that from seed. It's going to be beautiful. Hopefully, this is the color they have, because you just never know when they're hybrid. Sometimes if they're going to come out in different, different colors than what you have. But this is so beautiful. Look how pretty it is, guys. So we look forward to seeing what those are going to be. So be sure that you subscribe and keep watching so you can see we're going to have our harvest, and just get to reap the benefits of all of what we did there. And we bought those marigolds, but everything else in the bed, the basil and the tomatoes, were a gift from a friend of ours. And you can see that they're blossoming. They're getting ready to give us some nice tomatoes. And it's a mystery too, so we're not sure what type of tomato it's going to be. So I do want to take the time to say thank you so much for watching. Thanks so much to our channel members and those who share our videos out with fellow gardeners. And if this is the first time that you're stopping by, we hope that you'll consider subscribing and just journeying along with us. Thank you so much for watching. Happy gardening, and we do hope to see you in the next one.